In the midst of your limitations, always bow to me. When you become my necessarily formally practicing devotee, you naturally and increasingly, as your practice of the radical reality of the heart matures, become sensitive to your own egoic limitations and your particular patterned ego limit altogether. As this sensitization occurs and magnifies, even perhaps at times to the point of becoming acutely discomforting, you must discipline yourself not to dramatize those egoic limitations or that ego limit. Rather, you must always, in your disposition altogether, bow to me in and as my divinely avatarically born bodily human divine form and person, in the midst of feeling those egoic limitations or that ego limit. No matter what revelation of narcissism is apparently confronting you, you must always and always responsibly or merely by yielding devotionally to the attractive power of my divinely avatarically born bodily human divine form and person, turn and thus and thereby surrender whole bodily or as a psychophysical totality to me in and as my divinely avatarically born bodily human divine form and person. And the cooperative global sacred culture gathering of all my formally practicing devotees must, as a collective, ensure that each and every one of my devotees is culturally obliged to thus always rightly resort to me, even and especially in such times of apparent crisis. My devotees must thus perform, for one another's sake, the good service of never letting each other avoid or in any manner defend themselves against the always necessary active fulfillment of the practice of ego surrendering, devotional resort, or me recognizing responsive turning to me in and as my divinely avatarically born bodily human divine form and person. When, in the midst of your devotional turning to me, you become perhaps even acutely sensitized to your own acts of narcissus, you are, in reality, simply feeling my divine avataric imposition pressing upon you in your separate and separative presumption of ego I. In every such moment of heightened sensitivity to your own ego act, you must simply continue to responsibly turn and thus and thereby and in and as my divinely avatarically born bodily human divine form and person, instead of reacting to thee by my divine avataric grace given revelation of your own egoity. If, as my necessarily formally practicing devotee, you understand and enact your understanding of this principle, then you are, in a critically important foundationary sense, rightly and truly prepared to grow in the devotional and, in due course, transcendental spiritual relationship to me, which, to me, devotionally responsive relationship, and not any mere technique or collection of mere techniques, is the only by me revealed and given radical reality way of the heart, or radical reality way of Adidam. When you had thus established the effective devotional foundation for right and true practice of the only by me revealed and given radical reality way of the heart, or radical reality way of Adidam, by demonstrating the transcending of your own patterning of self-contraction, then you become truly able to make use of my forceful divine avataric person. Whenever you are caught up in your reaction to the sometimes inevitable natural difficulties of the practice in my divine avataric company, you are not responding to me or turning to me. Rather, in that case, you are turning away from me and turning toward and upon your egoic patterning of separation and separativeness.